welcome back. So, I'm filming a lot of videos back to back, so you're gonna see a lot of me looking like this over the next week. But I am here with my tier ranking, all the books I read in 2024. So it's gonna be kind of like a tier ranking book wrap up kind of deal. I only read like 20 books, which, it is what it is. It was a lot for me. Proud of myself. This year I'm gonna shoot for 25 maybe. So anyway, it will go over my rating system. It's a little bit different than it was last year. So first we've got God tier, which is like God tier, changed my brain chemistry, 6-star reads, not me accidentally deleting my list off my phone mid-sentence. Okay, the next tier is This Is My Personality Now. These are the books that I loved that became my entire personality, but they did not alter my brain chemistry. So my next tier is You Were Good, I'm Waiting for You to Be Great, which are the ones that I enjoyed, rated really highly, but I haven't really thought about since, or they weren't quite enough to become my personality, but I still really enjoyed them. So the next category we've got is Sure, I Guess, which are the ones that were fine, middle of the road, ones that I'm not mad that I read, but I'm kind of just indifferent on, nothing wrong with them, but I really haven't thought about them since. And then the next category is Immediately No, which is pretty self-explanatory. And then the last one is I Wish I Could Eternal Sunshine This, which are the ones that I wish I could unread or wipe from my memory. So this is fully out of order, but that's okay. We're just gonna roll with it. But yeah, this is all 20 books I read in 2024. So obviously, you already know Lord of the Flies is going straight to I Wish I Could Eternal Sunshine This. I wish it could just be wiped from my memory. I'm still annoyed by that book every time I think about it. Next, we have There Are No Saints by Sophie Lark. And this was my first and only so far dark romance. And it was interesting. I can't say that I enjoyed it. I mean, it was a perfectly fine book, but okay, first of all, it made me feel like I needed Jesus, like I needed to go to confessional after. Second of all, I think I'm way too unserious of a person for Spice because I don't know why, but I just crack the fuck up during Spice scenes, and I can never tell if it's supposed to be funny or not. Anyway, all that said, I'm going to put it in Sure, I Guess, because it was fine. It was perfectly fine, I guess, if you like dark romance. I will probably read the second one just out of nosiness, but it's not something that I'm itching to read or that's going to be a priority. So next we have Nothing Like the Movies by Lynn Painter, which was the sequel to Better Than the Movies, which was my favorite book of last year. And Nothing Like the Movies was fine. I'm going to put it in You Were Good, but I'm Waiting for You to Be Great, just because it was fine. It was cute. I'm not mad that I read it. Was it necessary? No, but it was fine. So next we have Cruel Winter with You by Allie Hazelwood, and I'm gonna put that in Sure, I Guess. It was just a cute little Christmas romance. Don't really remember anything about it, but I know that I enjoyed it while I was reading it. Next up we have The Good Part by Sophie Cousins. This is going straight to This Is My Personality Now. One was about a girl who wished on a wishing machine to just skip to the good part of her life, and it was so cute, and It was fluffy, but it had substance and it really made you think. So I loved The Good Part. I highly recommend if you like magical realism. Okay, next up is Jackpot Summer. And you know what? This book made me mad. I'm not gonna lie. Like, it was fine while I was reading it, but I just get so mad whenever I think about it because it's about these siblings who win the lottery. And after everything is said and done, I think they each get like $6 million, which don't get me wrong, that would be a life changing amount of money for me and pretty much everyone else. But for them to be acting the way that they were acting over $6 million, like, it's not that serious, but also I wanted more from it. It was fine. I'm not mad that I read it, but I really could not care less about it. So I'm going to put that at sure, I guess. Ugh. Next, we have Better Than the Movies by Lynn Painter. You already know. Straight to God tier. All I need to say about that, straight to God tier. It's just the cutest, sweetest love letter to rom-coms, and I loved every second of it. I was kicking my feet and giggling the entire time. Ugh, just so cute. I can't handle it. Okay. Anyway, next we have Only Santa's in the Building, which I'm going to put an immediately no because, like, I don't know. I don't remember anything about it. I just read it like a month ago. And of the few holiday/Christmas romances I read last year, it was just the one that I cared the least about. So we're going to put that an immediately no. And then next up, we have The Summer of Broken Rules, which I'm going to put in. Yeah, I think that's going to go in This Is My Personality Now. I feel like that feels good there. So, yeah, I loved that book too. It was super cute. And then, ew. Okay, next we have Hidden Pictures. Immediately going to I Wish I Could Eternal Sunshine This. Such a hard one to talk about because I can't really talk about my issues with it without spoiling it. So that's all I'm going to say on that. Next up, we've got Blackout, which is a collection of interconnected short stories that takes place over a power outage in New York City. And I really enjoyed it while I was reading it. And I do really want to read the sequel, but I just really haven't thought about it since I read it. So I'm going to put that in You Were Good. I'm waiting for you to be great. But if you do like short stories, I do recommend checking that out. Okay. Ew. Ugh. Okay. Next, we have The Housemaid by Frida McFadden. Immediately going to I Wish I Could Eternal Sunshine This. And you know what? I'm just going to put the teacher there while I'm at it. Okay. Next, we have The Counselors by Jessica Goodman. And this is obviously going straight to This Is My Personality Now. If you've watched any of my other book videos, you know how much I've talked about this book, but I just really enjoyed it. I love a summer camp setting. Next, we have Indigo Ridge by Devney Perry. That is also going to This Is My Personality Now. I just never knew that I needed like a rancher thriller romance in my life, but here we are. So next we have Iron Flame. And not to be problematic, but I'm putting that in immediately no. It made me so mad. It made me so mad. It was too long. I'm so tired of Violet and Xaden. And just like nothing happened. And everything that did happen was extremely predictable. So that's that. Next, we've got Small Things Like These. And I am going to put that in You Were Good. I'm waiting for you to be great. Because, okay, while I read it, I loved it. It was a beautiful book, beautiful writing. I'm so impressed by how Claire Keegan packed such a punch in such a tiny book. But I just haven't really thought about it since I read it. And that is surprising to me because while I was reading it, I was like, this is my personality now. This book is going to stick with me forever, blah, 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 blah. But I just haven't thought about it since, but I still do really recommend it. It is a beautiful book. Claire Keegan is a beautiful writer, and I still want to get to the rest of her books. Next, we have My December Darling by Lauren Asher, and I'm going to put that in You Are Good, I'm Waiting for You to Be Great also. It was so freaking cute. So cute. But it just wasn't like a top tier book. But I do recommend it if you like holiday romances. Next, we have My Sweet Baby Angel, Check and Mate, straight to God tier. You already know. 10 out of 10. Next, we have Fourth Wing, which I'm going to put in This Is My Personality now as well. I really enjoyed Fourth Wing. It's the first fantasy book that I've read that I truly loved. And so far, it's been the best in the series for me. I think she should have stopped there, but that's all I'm going to say on that. All right, so that's going to wrap up my 2024 tier ranking. Thank you for coming along on this journey with me and hanging out with me today, and I hope to see you in the next one. Later days.